Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel General Hospital Official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Michael's injury update, Nina's nightmare, Sasha and Chase's baby talk. According to General Hospital teasers, the soap will resume airing after being preempted on Tuesday, January 7th, owing to news coverage. The last thing fans saw before the Monday, January 6th broadcast was an explosion in Sonny Corinthos' penthouse, followed by Michael Corinthos catching fire. Sonny and Jason Morgan were in the hallway discussing business when they heard the boom. GH watchers witnessed Sonny anxiously trying to save his son while Jason tried to keep him back. Based on the preview, it appears that the program will start up where it left off, with more teasers implying that Jason will attempt to help/save Michael while he is entirely engulfed in flames. It's difficult to predict what will happen next. Nevertheless, in an ideal world, Michael's exit storyline would simply be him traveling to a treatment center outside of Port Charles to heal. Obviously, the worst-case scenario is Michael dying or being assumed dead, so only time will tell how this storyline turns out. Across town, GH spoilers indicate that Nina Reeves will be required to deliver some unpleasant news, so unfortunate Nina may have to inform Willow Corinthos what has happened to Michael. However, perhaps no one is aware of the penthouse explosion as of yet, and Martin Gray contacts Nina on the show to warn her to keep Willow under control. After all, Willow brought Wiley Corinthos to Washington, D.C. to watch Drew Quartermaine get sworn in, which was a bad decision in her child custody dispute with Michael. Martin tried to remain calm while on the phone with Willow during Monday's episode. He may lay all his cards on the table with Nina, trying to get through to her so she may reach Willow. Sasha Corbin and Harrison Chase will also have a personal conversation at the Quartermaine mansion, which will most likely be about babies, as Chase may inform Sasha that he and Brooklyn Quartermaine Chase are in the process of getting tested to ensure that there are no issues with their trying to conceive journey. Sasha is unlikely to announce her own pregnancy news, but fans should expect some fascinating face expressions from her because she is expecting a kid and may be concerned about her friend's difficulties. Brooklyn appears to have some news to share, therefore it is possible that she and Chase have already had their fertility testing and received the results. Then, Brooklyn might have news regarding a doctor's appointment, so fans will have to check in to find out. Finally, Portia Robinson makes a confidential confession to Isaiah Gannon. What may it be about? During GH's weekly preview video, a scene between Portia and Isaiah is shown, in which the transplant surgeon mentions someone in GH killing people, so may Portia have a sneaky notion that Cyrus Renaud is the one infusing digitalis via 4, resulting in overdoses? According to General Hospital teasers, Cyrus was displeased when Portia barred him from volunteering at the hospital and accompanied him to the elevator. So, might she be the next victim on Cyrus' hit list? Here's why Diane and Martin would make an excellent couple on General Hospital. Martin and Diane would be a fantastic couple on General Hospital. Will they come together? Diane and Martin are poised to face off on General Hospital. The two attorneys are about to face off in court, but perhaps they should think about love in the bedroom. Diane recently suffered a broken heart. Everyone liked Robert, but he truly did Diane wrong. She fell deeply for the district attorney. He seemed ready to commit to her. But when Holly returned into his life, he almost forgot Diane existed. He kept promising his fiancée that it was finished with his ex, but it clearly wasn't. Robert and Holly soon skipped away into the sunset together, leaving Diane behind. Martin was similarly heartbroken following his connection with Lucy. These two made an excellent couple and were much in love until they weren't. Too many falsehoods, and, of course, Scott, were their downfall. Now these two solitary lawyers will go off against one another. Even though Michael will not be present, Sonny and Carly will not allow Willow to raise their grandchildren with Drew, despite Nina's influence. The entire crew will be heading to the courtroom. Lawyers in love. Diane and Martin are both career-driven and passionate about the law. Furthermore, both of them are excellent at what they do. That's quite sexy. They are also loving and loyal, willing to go to any length to protect those they care about. Diane is fierce and forceful, and Martin will admire that about her. Lucy had a similar aura, although Diane was not as flighty as his ex. She is powerful, stable, and says it like it is. Martin is a calming force, yet he is no pushover. Spunky Diane has the ability to bring forth his true nature. They would be a lot of fun together and entertaining to see. Now is the ideal time for them to reconcile as a couple because they will be together in court and behind the scenes of a trial. They both might like what they see. Do you think Martin and Diane would be a wonderful couple? Please let us know in the comments. Michael's Inferno, Chad Duell's Fiery Fate. General Hospital spoilers indicate that a preview video clip has been released. It's extremely intense, and much of the video shows Michael Corinthos literally on fire. It's pretty vivid, and when you slow down the video, you can see how much work went into the special effects of this flame. Programming note: GH leaks show that there was no new episode on Tuesday, January 7, 2025. The soap opera was being interrupted for news coverage. However, a fresh episode will air. GH spoilers: Jens Sidwell's new manor. Jens Sidwell is not shown in the preview footage, but he must be key to Michael's blazing narrative. Jens actually just purchased Windermere and celebrated with Lucy Coe. Jens was dancing about his new stronghold as Sonny Corinthos' penthouse caught fire. It doesn't seem like a coincidence. General Hospital spoilers say that Michael will be in Sonny's penthouse. Sonny isn't there yet, but he will be with Jason Morgan shortly. Unfortunately, by the time Jason and Sonny arrive, the penthouse is already on fire. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Sonny's entire penthouse is engulfed in flames. Michael runs around crying for aid, but no one can help him. Just as you think Michael has died, a hand reaches up. It's quite theatrical and dramatic, which is ideal for a soap. In a separate preview video for the week of January 6th, Jason and Sonny appear at the door of the penthouse, which is on fire. Sonny and Jason are struggling to see through the fire and smoke. Since Michael appears to have survived the trauma, Jason will most certainly save the day because that is what Stone Cold does. Michael's injuries, on the other hand, could be severe enough to require him to be sent to a medical facility. Lucy will undoubtedly become entangled in another scandalous and risky romance now that she is sipping champagne with Sidwell. Meanwhile, Sonny and everyone else in Port Charles will be seeking answers. Sidwell is now the newest resident of Port Charles. How long before he faces Sonny's wrath? Which plotline are you most excited to watch unfold? Share your opinions in the comments area below. Braces fans love General Hospital and Hallmark's some good news, some bad. It's been a long time since we've seen Ryan Pavey in daylight. Nathan, his Port Charles character, was killed in the line of duty by his father Faison in January 2018, and while the actor rapidly became a Hallmark Channel favorite, his most recent film appearance was in 2023's Under the Christmas Sky. Pavey just held an Instagram Live to prepare supporters with some good news, some bad. We've all heard it before: do you want the good news first, or the bad? And many times, they just want the bad to be over with. I'll start with the bad news because I always like to get it out of the way and end on a high note, Pavey said, before revealing that his meet and greet had been rescheduled for April. I've to do it in April, people. I need another few months. There have been certain developments in my life that I need to address. As he had previously stated, he went on to say, I've been involved in a very expensive dispute that I need to get out of right now because my family's health situation is becoming more problematic. So, yes, I need some time. Though the actor promised to release more information, he did clarify that the event would still take place at Toshi's house on the last Saturday and Sunday of April, and added, tickets will go on sale at the end of this month, so that's the bad news. I need to take care of my mother and accomplish certain things. We've got some serious stuff coming. But it is still happening. That's the only negative news I believe I can lawfully convey. And on a slightly more positive note, Pavey continued, I've been working on a new iteration of the website, so the website that is in place right now is the very first iteration of the website that we've had that worked, so it's very bare bones and it doesn't make much sense and stuff like that, so I built a new one and it's going to have space for a bunch of stuff. I'm going to shut down my website, if necessary, to complete this transfer. The site will retain the same web address, but it'll be a massive, aesthetic, and user experience upgrade that also has space for the YouTube channel that I'm launching this year. The new site will also include some new bargains. And to launch the site, I'm gonna do like a soft sale to test it out, he told me. I'm gonna sell all of the little charm bracelets or necklaces that we do, like the monstera and the shark's tooth and the seashells and the sand dollars and stuff like that. Regarding everything else in his life, Pavey once again stated, "Life has been extremely difficult for a long time, and I'm doing my best. I believe 2025 will be a challenging year. And I'm just trying to brace myself, should we say." He went on to explain, "You know, I've been out of the Hollywood game for more than a year. Lawsuits and medical expenditures are insanely expensive, even my resources are limited. A large portion of what I've managed to accumulate over the last decade or so will have been purged." He did, however, give supporters optimism that he will return to their televisions. So there could be some film and television projects on the future. I'm not sure. We'll see. I'm getting a lot of emails, phone calls, and such right now, but Hollywood is a talkative industry, so who knows? And he did mention that he might one day appear on his old castmate's podcast, Maurice Benard's State of Mind. Listen to Pavey's full talk to learn more about his April event and upcoming small sale on his website on the last Sunday of the month. We wish to send the actor our continuing support and hope that, despite everything, 2025 brings brighter days for him and his family. General Hospital spoilers: Willow's unexpected exit leads to a reunion with Michael at the burn clinic. General Hospital spoilers claim that Michael Corinthos is departing the show. During the announcement, the actor explained that a door had been left open. So Michael will not die from his injuries, but he will require special treatment for the burns. When Willow Tate Corinthos learns of Michael's flaming adventure, will she and the kids accompany him to a burn treatment outside of Port Charles? General Hospital spoilers: Michael Corinthos divorce. On Monday, January 6, 2025, Michael visited Sonny Corinthos' penthouse. Michael and Sonny had already discussed Willow and the children. Michael did not want to take the kids away from Willow. However, Michael felt compelled to act after Willow escorted Wiley and Amelia Corinthos to Drew Kane Quartermain's swearing-in ceremony. GH spoilers: Willow Tate Corinthos panics. Willow is now in D.C., not Port Charles. Willow had just received the divorce papers, which horrified her. Willow freaked out when she realized she would lose her children and only get supervised visitation. Willow could not believe she was being labeled an unsuitable mother. Now, Michael does not want to do this, and Willow did not initiate the divorce. Nina Reeves set everything up. Nina was attempting to protect Willow and the children, but all those paperwork made things more complicated. It's been like dominoes falling ever since. General Hospital spoilers: Penthouse Inferno executive producer Frank Valentini visited X to confirm Duel's departure. At the time, the EP said there were no intentions to recast Michael. Valentini also hinted at a great story for Michael and his family once Chad leaves. It sounds positive. So, while Michael could go to get care for his wounds from the penthouse fire, could there be an unforeseen twist? GH spoilers: unexpected exit? Fans are aware that Michael will be saying his goodbyes to Port Charles. However, as Willow learns about the fire, she may realize that she does not want to lose Michael. Willow might easily race back to Port Charles to join Michael. In fact, Willow and the children may accompany Michael to the special burn facility for treatment. Could the tragedy and turmoil bring Michael and Willow's family back together? General Hospital's Bradford Anderson's daughters make a risky decision, but will it work? Bradford Anderson's daughters made a major request for their father. Bradford Anderson, the hero of General Hospital, recently faced a difficult decision, and his daughters may have made it worse with a plan they devised. Anderson's family went shopping for a new couch. His two daughters thought they had found the ideal solution, although it would have been somewhat unique. A Wicked-themed couch. Anderson recently published his challenge on Instagram. The snapshot included his two girls seated on a couch, and he explained the circumstances in the text. Anderson posted, "Picking out a couch at West Elm, and the girls wanted to do a two-tone #Wicked-themed design. Could be cool, I guess?" The couch the girls sat on appeared ideal for a Wicked-inspired outfit. One side was upholstered in a dark green fabric, the other in a blush pink fabric. The colors would undoubtedly look great in a Wicked-themed decor. The question mark at the end of Anderson's caption may have indicated that he was considering the proposal. Anderson received a lot of feedback in the comments part of his post, and it appears that the proposal drew mixed reactions. Nah. Perhaps in their individual bedrooms? One fan wrote, "What a cute picture of the girls. Super cool for a hangout space, not so much for a family living room," another user commented. "They are so stinking cute, and yes, I think they are onto something," replied someone else. Another commenter just exclaimed, "Those impish smiles." "Bradford, I'm begging you to let them receive the wicked couch," said another poster. Anderson announced the family's final decision in a subsequent statement. "We went with just pink, but these were the real two choices." Anderson also suggested adding cushions in both green and pink to play into the wicked motif, which his children would undoubtedly like. Spoilers, Carly and Nina find common ground against Drew. According to General Hospital teasers, Carly Spencer and Nina Reeves are unlikely to become friends. In fact, they're unlikely to be able to stand in the same room without causing tremendous pyrotechnics. However, the two of them may currently have a shared purpose. Both Carly and Nina have reasons to desire to exact revenge on Drew Quartermaine. General Hospital spoilers, Carly Spencer and Nina Reeves may be on the same side despite the fact that both Carly and Nina have reasons to despise Drew. They aren't entirely agreeable. Willow Corinthos, Nina's daughter, cheated on Carly's son, Michael, with Drew. Carly is unaware of this, but Nina and Drew have been sleeping together for several months. Carly would undoubtedly want to retaliate against Willow for cheating on her son, but Drew will undoubtedly share her sentiments. Spoilers, Michael Corinthos will meet a dreadful end in the most recent episode of General Hospital. Someone bombed Sonny Corinthos' penthouse with Michael inside. Michael appears to be in danger of suffering severe injuries that will require him to remain in the hospital for the foreseeable future. That means Willow will have sole custody of the children she has with Mike. Carly may need to play nice with Willow in order to maintain a positive relationship with her grandchildren. However, the same cannot be said for Drew. Drew Quartermaine has just been elected to Congress and sworn in. Drew will spend the majority of his time in Washington, D.C., and neither Nina nor Carly will want Willow to join him so far away from Port Charles. Nina may have to admit to Willow that she has also been sleeping with the sleazy Drew. However, Carly may go a step further and threaten Drew with leaking the affair to the press if he does not stop seeing Willow for good. Spoilers, what do you think? Will Nina and Carly ever become friends? Can they overcome their differences and get Drew out of Willow's life? Port Charles is too hot to handle. A horrifying scenario unfolds as Sonny's penthouse and Michael are horribly destroyed by fire. Coming next in Port Charles, considering there are no plans to kill him, Michael will face scary problems as he burns nearly to death. Sonny and Jason watch helplessly from the sidelines as Jason holds Sonny back and instructs his employer to dial 911. It seemed evident that Sidwell, who had recently purchased Windmere, had put the bomb and was waiting for the fireworks from Spoon Island. According to weekly teasers, Nina will give awful news. She must be telling Willow the news about Michael. Willow is going to feel bad about cheating on her spouse after receiving this devastating news. Unfortunately, her anguish will push her right into Drew's arms. Read this, discover Willow's startling parallels to Nina and Nellie. Chase also opens up to Sasha. It's possible he's concerned that Brooke Lynn is placing too much pressure on herself to get pregnant. And Sasha might know what to say to calm her concerns. According to the teasers, Brooke Lynn makes a revelation, therefore she may admit to the same fear. Portia confides in Isaiah. She seems frightened following their confrontation with Cyrus. He got that old nasty look in his eyes when she kicked him out of the hospital. So she's undoubtedly worried that he'll retaliate and expresses her concern to Isaiah. He knew nothing about Cyrus until Brad went off and told him about Cyrus' previous bad behavior. The 2025 Daytime Emmy Awards have been rescheduled to October. The National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences has announced some modifications to the 46th Annual News and Documentary Emmy Awards, and while soap fans may not care about them, these changes will also affect the 52nd Daytime Emmy Awards, putting the presentation back later in the year. The News and Documentary Emmy Awards will now begin with a call for entries on Thursday, January 9th, and conclude with a presentation in June 2025. For nearly half a century, the News and Documentary Emmys have honored the best in broadcast journalism and documentary programming, stated Adam Sharp, president and CEO of NADA's. Moving the ceremony earlier in the Emmy schedule shines a brighter light on the timely nature of the incredible content being recognized. Unfortunately, as a result of these changes, the 2025 Daytime Emmy and Creative Arts Emmy Awards ceremonies will now take place in October. There are still no information on the exact timeframe for this year's Daytime Emmy Awards submissions, nominations, and ceremonies, but we will keep you updated when dates are released. The first Daytime Emmy Awards were presented at the 1972 Primetime Emmy Awards, while daytime television had its own awards ceremony for the first time in 1974. The Daytime Emmys were originally held in New York City until moving to Los Angeles in 2006, with the exception of 2010 and 2011, when they were hosted in Las Vegas. The Daytime Emmy Awards have always been held in the spring, typically in June, but occasionally as early as April or May. However, due to the combined WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes, the 50th Daytime Emmy Awards have been postponed until December 2023. Is Michael going to die? As usual, today's General Hospital spoilers center on one thing: Michael Corinthos' flaming demise. The teaser was posted early, but the main explosion did not occur until January 6th. And because GH was preempted on Tuesday this week, fans have been waiting with bated breath to see what happens after Monday's cliffhanger. Michael wanted to go when Jason arrived, but Sonny ordered his son to stay and talk in the hallway. But that's when an explosion rocked the penthouse, enveloping Michael in fire. "Help!" Michael exclaims as he staggers around the living room, flames searing his body. "Help!" Sonny and Jason rush back in, desperate to save him, but Jason sends Sonny back out into the hall for his own safety, advising him to phone 911. The scenario worsens when a burning beam falls from the ceiling, obstructing Sonny and Jason's path to Michael. Will they be able to save him in time, or will Sonny have to watch another son perish before his eyes? One thing is certain: whomever planted this device, our money is on Sidwell, will face severe consequences from Sonny. Iconic returns that stole the spotlight. Steve Burton portrays Jason Morgan. Jason Morgan's spectacular return was one of the year's most memorable moments. After quitting in 2021 owing to ABC's COVID-19 vaccine policy, Burton returned triumphantly on March 4, 2024. Fans welcomed him back with wide arms, delighted to see the familiar face retake his place in Port Charles. Jonathan Jackson as Lucky Spencer. After a decade-long hiatus, Lucky Spencer's comeback was nothing short of historic. Jonathan Jackson's portrayal of the legendary character has always been a fan favorite, and his prolonged tale offers emotional depth and nostalgia for returning viewers. Rick Hurst as Rick Lansing. Rick Lansing returned to Port Charles in August, 8 years after his last visit. His comeback sparked excitement and interest among fans, who wondered about how his character will fit into current stories. Brian Craig's guest appearance as Morgan Corinthos. Morgan's appearance, however brief, provided an emotional high for fans. Brian Craig's August appearance served as a sad reminder of Morgan's legacy and the impact he had on the Corinthos family. John J. York as Mac Scorpio. York's return as Mac Scorpio, while facing health issues, was immensely motivating. Reuniting with fans just in time for a narrative in which Mac discovers he has an adult son adds levels of intrigue and heart to his character's journey. Heartbreaking departures that shook the audience. Michael Easton as Hamilton Finn. After a decade as Finn, Easton will leave GH in June 2024. His tearful farewell expressed his gratitude to the cast, crew, and fans, signaling the end of an era for one of Port Charles's most complicated characters. Chad Duell is Michael Corinthos. Chad Duell's departure in November surprised fans who had followed Michael's development for over a decade. Duell's poignant Instagram post left the door open for a possible return, providing a ray of hope for his devoted followers. Kelly Monaco as Sam McCall. Kelly Monaco's abrupt departure was possibly the most contentious of the year. Sam's terrible demise as a victim of the Digitalis poisoner shocked supporters, as did rumors that Monaco was taken off guard by the choice. Nicholas Alexander Chavez and Avery Pohl as Spencer Cassadine and Esme Prince. fans mourned the loss of two important characters as Chavez left for a Ryan Murphy production and Pohl quietly exited. Their departures signaled the conclusion of the Spencer Esme story, leaving many to speculate how their stories may have progressed. Gregory Harrison as Gregory Chase. Gregory Chase's storyline had a heartbreaking conclusion in May, following his ALS diagnosis. Harrison's sincere portrayal ensured that his character's journey left an impression on viewers. Leslie Charleson portrays Monica Quartermain. Monica has not appeared since late 2023, and sources indicate that Charleson's health issues make her comeback doubtful. Her decades-long legacy remains one of GH's pillars. Controversial losses and missed opportunities. Tanya Walker as Olivia Jerome. Olivia's off-screen death seems like a squandered opportunity for a compelling plot. Walker's social media comments fueled conjecture that her character's death may not be as final as it appeared, a classic soap opera twist in the works. Kelly Monaco's departure backlash. Monaco's departure from Sam left supporters split. Some complimented the high-stakes plot, but others grieved losing one of GH's most iconic ladies without a more proper send-off. The winds of change were blowing fiercely through the bustling streets of Port Charles, bringing with them the promise of heartbreak and rejuvenation. For weeks, whispers circulated throughout the town about the impending departure of one of its prominent personalities, Michael Corinthos. The once unshakable basis of his existence appeared to disintegrate as events unfolded at breakneck speed, leaving his loved ones to deal with an uncertain future. The day began with an unusual sense of tranquility. Michael, who is generally a symbol of perseverance and power, found himself caught up in a whirlwind of emotions. The custody fight for his two children, Wiley and Amelia, had taken an unexpected turn. His choice to file for custody was not malicious, but rather a calculated maneuver to acquire equal parenting rights in the midst of a messy divorce with Willow. However, the execution of this plan had sowed seeds of misunderstanding, threatening to suffocate the very link they had once valued. Willow, sad and outraged, had sought solace in Drew's erroneous advice, a man whose motivations were as hazy as the waters of Spoon Island at night. Drew's whispered statements portrayed Michael as an opportunist who prioritized legal machinations over familial devotion. Willow and Michael's tension had reached a breaking point, with neither ready to give ground, their grief manifested in barbed words and frigid eyes. Unfortunately, fate had other plans. An explosion that shattered lives. That Monday morning, sunny Corinthos' penthouse, a symbol of power and sanctuary, became the centerpiece of an unspeakable catastrophe. A sudden explosion rocked the building, causing shockwaves throughout Port Charles. Michael, who had gone to see his father for advice, got caught in the fire. Flames consumed him as the bomb ripped through the room, drowning out his agonizing screams. Sonny, always the protector, hurried to his son's help, his heart racing with fear. The situation was chaotic, with smoke billowing, debris showering down, and the pungent odor of burning items filling the air. Sonny's hands trembled as he dragged Michael's lifeless body from the flames, his own lungs burning with each breath. Michael was transported to General Hospital, where the seriousness of his injuries became clear. Severe burns covered much of his body, and the outlook was bleak. The medical staff worked frantically to stabilize him, their expressions reflecting the gravity of the situation. A family on the brink. Michael's family experienced an immeasurable emotional toll as he lay in a sterile hospital room, his body wrapped in bandages. Willow arrived, her rage fading into shame and grief. Her heart fell again when she saw Michael's vulnerability. The man she had once promised to love was now fighting for his life, and their minor squabbles seemed insignificant in the face of such tragedy. Willow reflected on the decisions that had brought them to this point during the quiet minutes by his bedside. Drew's tactics, her own intransigence, and Michael's unwavering desire to protect his children had all played a role. But none of that mattered anymore. What mattered was the guy laying in front of her, his chest rising and falling in a tense rhythm, clinging to life with every fiber of his body. The hidden truth. Meanwhile, Drew's meticulously crafted facade began to shatter. His secret affair with Nina Reeves, whose very existence had always caused stress, was about to be revealed. Nina, conflicted and full of guilt, struggled with the ramifications of her actions. She knew the consequences would be disastrous, not only for her but for everyone involved. The revelation came about in the most unexpected way. A wayward text message intended for Nina arrived on Willow's phone. Willow's rage was evident as she unraveled the facts like a thread from a tightly woven tapestry. She confronted Drew, demanding answers, her voice shaking with wrath and betrayal. "You manipulated me," she snarled, her eyes flaming. "You utilized my sorrow to advance your objective, all the while maintaining your own secrets. How could you?" Drew, surrounded and out of options, could only stammer apologies that fell on deaf ears. A choice to heal. Willow's life was forever changed by the revelation. With clarity born by pain, she recognized Michael had never been her adversary. He battled for their family, even when she questioned him. And now, as he battled to recover, she decided to support him and restore the torn threads of their relationship for the sake of their children and the love they had shared. Michael's doctors proposed a specialized treatment program at a well-known burn healing facility abroad. The path ahead would be difficult, needing several surgeries and months of intensive therapy. Willow decided to accompany him, bringing Wiley and Amelia with her. Port Charles, with its many memories and tensions, would have to wait. A bittersweet farewell. As the family prepared to leave, the village gathered to say goodbye. Sonny's austere exterior belied a reservoir of emotion as he embraced his kid with pride and anguish. Carly, ever the grandmother, hugged her grandson tightly, uttering encouraging words that concealed her own pain. Willow turned to Michael at the airport, her eyes welling up with unshed tears. "We'll get through this," she stated, her voice steady and determined. "Together." Michael managed a little smile as his voice remained weak but firm. "Thank you for believing in me," he said softly. "For giving us another chance." The residents of Port Charles watched with sorrowful hearts as the jet climbed into the skies, sending them to an uncertain future. The departure signaled the end of an era while simultaneously promising a new beginning, a monument to love's tenacity and the unwavering strength of family. Michael Corinthos knew the voyage ahead would be difficult, but he knew he wouldn't be alone. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.